All right, now to the NFL, and while things may not be all good in Green Bay, all parties seem to be moving forward now that Aaron Rodgers revamped his contract, and it's official. He has just 1 year after this one remaining on his deal there in Green Bay. Rodgers also able to get one of his good friends back in the fold for the 2021 season with the return of Randall Cobb, who spent the first 8 years of his NFL career in Green Bay, but last played there in 2018, and it's quite clear that he's only back in Green Bay because of Aaron Rodgers.
You know, obviously without Aaron, I don't think we would probably be pursuing that. Randall's still a really good player, and seeing him last night just kind of reminded me, you know, what an impact he'll have in our locker room for our football team. But you know, this was a very important thing for Aaron, and that's why we did it.
I can breathe again. You know, I've seen the other side, and I'm excited to be back here, and I'm excited. I'm smiling. It's funny. My teammates say, "You act like you just got out of prison." I said, "Well, you know," and that's nothing against Houston. You know, whenever I talk about that, you know, I'm thinking of Green Bay is like a Fortune 500 company, and the Texans are a new franchise. They're a startup.
Well, not only are Rodgers and Cobb's good friends, they were actually dynamic together as a tandem. Rodgers has 429 completions to Cobb, the third most to any of Rodgers' targets in his career, and Cobb will serve as a tremendous slot option as he leads the NFL in catches and touchdowns from that position since 2011.
After a week full of twists and turns, the SEC presidents have voted unanimously to allow Texas and Oklahoma into the Southeastern Conference. The SEC bolsters its powerhouse status, while the Big 12 are left with 8 teams in future questions. So what's the timeline from here? Heather Dinich explains.
Well, the next step is really a formality. Texas and Oklahoma need to say, yes, we accept your invitation, which they are expected to do possibly as early as tomorrow, Friday. Both Texas and Oklahoma's Board of Regents have scheduled separate meetings. So once that happens, then the question turns to, okay, when does this become a reality? Legally, they pretty much have to say that they're not going to join until the grant of rights expires in 2025. If they leave before then, each school would owe $75 to $80 million. And of course, there's the Big 12 bylaws that say they need to give 18 months notice. Sources on both sides say that they find it hard to believe this relationship will continue to last in the Big 12 through that duration of 2025. But as one source in the SEC put it to me, they're going to have to do a lot of legal work before they're able to walk over to us.
While disappointed in the developments, Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesby offered this statement, quote, "Despite our concerns for the process and for the overall health of college athletics, we will do everything possible to make sure that the student athletes at both universities enjoy an excellent experience throughout the remaining 4 years of their participation."
Will get traded very shortly after that game to the Yankees. That's where he's headed.
Rizzo has been traded. We'll hear from Anthony Rizzo speaking after the game about being traded.
All good things come to an end, and it's going to be a tough second half here, which a lot of us here aren't used to in a long time. So to be able to go to another historic franchise like the Yankees it's unbelievable. And getting the calls and the texts, how excited they are, how excited I am. My family's all from New Jersey and New York, so Emily's family's up in Connecticut. So it's going to be a really another special opportunity for me for these next 3 months, and I'm just going to enjoy all of it.
After the game, the Rizzo family walked around the field, soaking it all in one last time. I guess he earned it. World Series champ, helped break the curse, one of the most revered Cubs ever. Fine, take a couple pictures on the field. And here's how the fans reacted when they saw him leave the stadium. With the acquisitions of Gallo and Rizzo, the Yankees can trot out a lineup that features 8 All-Stars, including 7 players with multiple selections, and they give New York much-needed lefty power. The duo has 39 combined homers this season, 17 more than all Yankees lefties combined. He's still on his phone because he's working 24/7. It's Jeff Passan.
Oh, hi.
There he is. Yeah, just happened to be here on SportsCenter Live. No big deal. So, Anthony Rizzo acquired by the Yankees. How did this happen?
The Yankees were looking for 2 things: to get more guys who can get on base and to get more left-handed. And they accomplished this with that deal and with the Joey Gallo trade. And, the amazing thing is the Yankees, they're still not in a playoff spot right now, but they're acting like they are World Series contenders. Now, they have a really deep farm system that they can go into and acquire a guy like Anthony Rizzo. In doing so, they also took him away from the Boston Red Sox, who had been talking with the Cubs about a potential deal to bring him up to Boston and to supplement that lineup. And granted, Boston got its own left-handed slugger tonight, but the fact that the Yankees got this much better in a matter of 24 hours really bodes well for them down the stretch. And I'm not sure it makes them a threat to win the division against Tampa Bay or Boston, but they're certainly hot on the heels of the Oakland A's for that second wild card spot.
Okay, let's talk about the Boston Red Sox. Then you mentioned it, Kyle Schwarber coming from the Nationals. What are you hearing about that?
Well, Kyle Schwarber is on the injured list right now, but let's remember, before that, he was the hottest power hitter in all of Major League Baseball. And to add him to a lineup that already includes Xander Bogaerts and JD Martinez and Rafael Devers, this is the rich getting richer. And the reality is, the Red Sox don't need Kyle Schwarber, but they see what the Yankees are doing. They see the Rays getting Nelson Cruz, and they don't want to fall behind. Now, granted, they've got Jarren Duran, the rookie, who's been fantastic, and they've got Chris Sale coming back, and he's going to be like a deadline addition without giving up anybody. But to bolster their lineup with Kyle Schwarber when he comes off that injured list, it's a big move for the Red Sox and a smart one at this point.
All right, I'm going to throw another name at you. You tell me what's the latest. Chris Bryant.
Boy, you look at the New York Mets right now, haven't done anything. You look at the San Francisco Giants right now, haven't done anything. The Padres just going out and getting Daniel Hudson, and the Dodgers, of course, doing what they did today with Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. The market for Chris Bryant is going to be there, and the fact that the Chicago Cubs are going down to the last day till 4 p.m. with Chris Bryant and Craig Kimbrell still on the team, Jed Hoyer, their president of baseball operations, has a lot of work to do on the final day of the trade deadline, and I still expect both Bryant and Kimbrell to move.
The MLB trade deadline is Friday, July 30th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Have you had time to eat?
No. Happens.
All right, so the Yankees and Red Sox both add some power to their lineup, but they both got beat up on Thursday on the field. We'll show you what happened and who did it to them. This is SportsCenter.